Hey, what's up, ecosystem? Welcome back to ATI Auto Business. My name is Jay. I'm your host. It is Thursday noon. That means it's time for Dispatching Live. We're Central Time. If you're Eastern Time, that's 1 p.m., obviously 10 a.m. Pacific. Please do join us. More and more folks are, even if it's incrementally one at a time. The word is getting out. Like, for instance, I shared on LinkedIn the audio, the podcast of last week's show about how Central Dispatch ratings just really aren't, kind of. And lots of people saw it. Very few people would like it because that's a dangerous thing. Hey, man, we agree with you, but we can't, say that in public, dude. So anyways, please do leave a like, share, copy. We're doing it here. It's ATI Auto Business, and we're going to say what you can't. Or type it. Or something like that, because we still, we have a business to run. We all have a business to run. That's why the load boards, what is going on? Why are they so difficult? Really still this hard? Jump in the live chat. Let us know what you think about it. Mobile apps, carriers, brokers, drivers, dispatchers, FMCSA, technology, equipment. It's all up for grabs here on ATI Auto Business. And let's do this, man. I don't want to waste any more time. You know her, you love her.
Hey.
She's my co-host. Hey, Sue, how you doing?
Oh, I'm okay. How about you?
Oh, pretty good, I guess.
Kind of an active day. I've sent you a ton of emails today, just today.
Well, I have made a point to try to keep up more with your emails and the issues because it's important. And, we're really seeing, the stuff we're...
Are you there?
Let's say hello. I was gonna go on another little soapbox, but it's so early in the day. Hey, what's going on, live chat? Ty is in here, and Fritz says hello, and Elena's here, Vance is here, Douglas, man, Mike Baldwin. Oh, Mike's got a Route Scout. Hey, we haven't had a Route Scout in a while.
No, we haven't. That's
wow. For sure. Mike's got need to get out of Tampa. 3-car anywhere that pays decent. Wow, that's actually a really good Route Scout. Thank you for that, Mike. Let's go ahead and before we pull up Mike's Route Scout, what's our status on the load boards today? Yeah, what are we doing?
Find my page here. We are at 30,121. So last week we were at 26,710. So we're up about $3,000. Not quite, but close.
Yeah.
Not that it's really helped a whole lot, but
right, it doesn't. So what you're saying is that number doesn't mean nothing.
No, I really don't think it means anything.
Which is weird, right? Don't other industries the number means something? I mean, I know auctions, they get excited when something changes by 0.5%.
Yes.
Here?
Yeah.
Nada. I mean, that should tell you something. If you're a shipper or a client or a lender and you stumbled in here today, first, let me apologize. Second, you'll see that large changes in volume mean in auto transport.
True that.
Why is that? How can that be?
I don't know. And this being up by 3,000 or whatever doesn't really mean a lot because, look at that load right there for United Road. It's $50. You know what I mean? So you're going to have a lot of crappy loads.
$50.
30,000,
Oh, man. In Alaska?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't do anything in Alaska for $50.
Me either.
Have you?
I don't care how
that's actually that's a new movie. Pitt, Clooney? Okay. I wouldn't. George Pitt. No. Brad Pitt and George Clooney starring in I Wouldn't Do Anything in Alaska for $50.
That sounds so bad.
I know it does. And yet it's somebody in Hollywood's that's a great idea.
Movie.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. That's funny. Oh my God. Oh, that's funny. Anyways, I'm trying to get on.
Right. I know, right. It's hard to recover from that. That's pretty compelling stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so right.
Hey.
So what I mean, I don't know. Should we go to the route scout or what do you want to
Yeah, we can
do
do
or
that. We haven't had that
okay,
in
cool.
forever,
I'm
so let's
excited. We
do
got a
it.
route scout. We haven't had one in like a month.
It was
Um
Tampa to anywhere. Is that what I heard?
Gary's here. Yeah, so 3 car Tampa anywhere. Um
Well, our sweet spot's out of
yeah.
Tampa, and I don't call them sweet spots. It's just enough to get you out of friggin'
Right.
state.
I don't know if I'd
Um,
use the sweet spot, but yeah. Spots.
is we usually do Louisiana,
I was gonna say
Alabama,
Louisiana. That's it. Louisiana,
yeah, Louisiana,
Alabama.
Alabama, Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina. Those are usually where you're gonna see, like, I hate to say it, the best rates to get
Hey,
out of
Mayor
Florida.
Freight. Yeah,
So
I mean,
let's
because you got to
just,
go, you gotta do. If you're gonna pull yourself out of
yeah,
Florida, you got to go state by state,
yeah,
because you'll get crushed
yeah.
if you drive anywhere. Even places that don't make sense, maybe like in Iowa, you'll still get
Illinois,
crushed.
Kentucky. Hello. That's
Maybe,
Alabama,
or actually look for Iowa. Look for lanes where it's not common.
Mississippi,
Thanks, guys, so much for tuning in, saying hello on
Louisiana.
Dispatching Live. If you got an extra like, if you see one just laying around the cab, take a look. Oh, look, honey, an extra like. Let's give it to him.
Carolina and North Carolina. Let's try all these first. Oh, and Tennessee. Let's put in Tennessee too. Let's see. All
Dang.
right. Let's see what we got. Anything on here? How many loads we got? We have 220, believe it or not. So
All right, and when you chose 7 states, can you click on that
Louisiana.
and say, let's say,
Yeah.
oh, wow, that's cool. So you can actually, let's say you forgot, it's there in the margin.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's
Everything
neat.
stays there. Yeah, and there's a lot of things I like about this, and then there's a lot that I don't really care for. But
Ooh,
we'll go.
but you just let
This
the
is
cat
one
out
of
of the
them.
bag. There's some things you like.
Yeah. Well,
Cool.
I've said that. I like this part. I do
Yeah.
not like how long it takes for everything to come up.
Oh
And I
yeah.
don't, yeah, and I also don't like how it's always a 25-mile radius. I wish it was automatically the 100 instead. They did add a new feature where it's automatically a 300 if you want as well.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
but
Cool.
I don't usually use that because, you know, if we can't make it there in time, it's a
Yeah,
moot
but
point.
that is cool because there might be somebody who.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's cool.
All right. So let's see what we got in here. We probably,
What's the
let's
default? When you load a screen, what's the default radius?
25 miles. Oh, is that what you mean? 25.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it's 25. What do you think of that?
I don't like it. I want it to be
Yeah.
100
All
like it
right.
used to be.
I'm sure that's on a list somewhere,
Yeah, I'm sure.
crumpled up behind a
They
dumpster.
did fix, you saw my email. They did fix a bunch of stuff that we've asked for.
All right, cool. That's in the news. We'll get
Yeah.
that. Yeah, good.
So,
Yeah, we got
all
some
right.
interesting stuff in there. Yeah, stick around. We got the news coming up soon. We're doing a route scout for Mike, and then we're gonna move into the news. If you have a route scout or anything, please put it in the live chat. Hey, oh man, we got 2 more likes laying around. Cool.
All right. Let me see. Okay.
So
All right. So let's see here.
get on your dispatcher eagle eye. When as you scroll through, are you used to looking at this layout where
Um,
you got to jump around a lot? I mean, my
no,
eyes are.
we're used to looking at it now. I don't think it freaks us out as much as it
I'm
did
not as I'm
before.
not as used to it.
Let me put this up here on the top, though.
How's that working? Is the top? You just found another like. Get out of town, hey! Woo! Woo-hoo-hoo! Thank you.
All right. So I changed it to where we could see all the new stuff on the top. So,
We got another like up in here.
all right.
Whoa!
Now, I'm not sure.
What's he doing? Fishing? Fishing.
Okay, hang on just a second here. All right, so we're looking at Lakeland's not too far from Tampa. That's going to Gretna. That's an awesome load. Now you have to be in business with secured for at least a year to get something like that, but
We got
that
another one.
somebody should swoop on it right now, and take that. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
because
swoop on. What is
here is
swooping on?
this.
What are you swooping on?
This Mazda going to New Orleans for $700. You don't ever see that out of
And
Florida.
you know what's interesting? Secured transport. If I recollect,
Hmm.
they'll post loads better than average. Am I right?
Oh yeah, they're always good. I've just
Yeah.
hauled
Okay.
one for them. Just, but like I said,
And it's
right here, 1 year.
it's
You gotta have
B two
1 year.
B. Oh. It's not B. Okay. Biz carrier must have. Okay.
1 year experience, and that she requires that on everything.
That's not. Yeah, that's not a big ask.
No, huh? Unless you're new.
Which, well, note, if you're new, you're going to run into that, which we talked
Well,
about
true.
before. Yeah, and
Very true.
you should expect that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Let's see. I
you
mean,
don't
there's
hire somebody to
two.
do your yard that just started last week, do you?
Well, no, true. You want
No.
some kind of references, but
Yeah.
all right. So here's a 2-pack to Myrtle Beach. Sorry, Vance. I know you live there, but I wouldn't go that direction because it's so hard to get out of there.
Yeah,
But
I
it's
wouldn't
not
either.
paying bad. It's
I've
79 cents
tried
a
it.
mile. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a 2-pack going into Spring Hill. It's not great. It's 59 cents a mile. If a 3 car is doing that, I wouldn't recommend it. If it was my
Yeah.
4 car, I would do it. What else we got?
But Nashville isn't bad.
No.
It's just that you don't want to break
And
even.
right. And here's an Orlando to Baton Rouge, which you could take with that. Now, it's not paying that great. Turn time does not usually come up on price, and usually anything in Florida, good luck on anybody coming up on price.
No
If you
kidding.
dicker with
Yeah.
them, you might as well
Yeah.
forget the load.
I
They're going
know,
to give it
right?
to the next person. You
You're
might as well just take it. If
you're
you
just
want it,
wasting time.
take it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's
turn
unfortunate.
time
What's up, John?
requires you can get loads off of Super Dispatch, but they will tell you they want their cert, the W-9, and pictures of your truck and trailer. So if you haven't hauled for them before, make sure you send that at the same time. There's usually on Super Dispatch, it'll give you an email or even a text number. Usually they'll text you right away if your number is listed and tell you what they need. And I've never had them not hold the load for me. So think of that. What else we got? There's another one going to Tennessee. It's only 50 cents a mile. So honestly, I have 2 5 cars that live in Orlando, and then I have a 3 car that lives up in Miami. My Orlando guys, because they're 5, I can take 50 cents a mile. The one up in Miami is, oh, actually, we have a 4 car up in Miami as well. But anyways,
Wow.
they're really hard to load out of Miami. The loads are cheaper out of Miami than they are Orlando, which is crazy. I know.
This is when you say never go home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I always recommend anybody that lives
Yeah.
in Florida to stay out for 2 weeks. But both
Yep.
of these guys come in every week, every Friday.
Oh God, that's brutal. How do you
Yeah.
do that?
Well, they're still, we're managing it. This is what he wants to do, so that's what we do. He usually
Nice.
averages anywhere between 5 to 7, depending on the loads. So that to him is good money. So it is what it
Okay.
is. You know what I mean?
Right.
He doesn't
right.
go very far. Like I said, we'll run him to Louisiana, or North Carolina or Tennessee, and then we run one more load one place, and then usually start heading home.
Well,
Um,
you just pointed something interesting out, and that is that you, as the dispatcher, you're
Mhm.
providing a service. You're not arguing with the owner,
No,
right?
we don't.
If that's
Yeah,
what you want to do,
that's what we're gonna do.
that's what we're gonna do. And so so the takeaway here is if you find yourself arguing with your service provider,
Yeah.
you may be near the end of that relationship.
Hmm.
And even if it's a client, whoever that is,
Right. Well,
spouse,
my thing is, this is my only thing. When they sit there, then later on complain that they've not made enough money, what can they do to make it better? That's when I say stay out longer. Or, like some of them have certain rules that we won't go like to Copart or go to IA. And we all hate it, trust me. But what you're going to see happening over the next year or so is most of these loads are going to be coming out of Copart and IA because there's no cars out there, and the only cars they're going to be buying and selling are people wrecked cars. So just keep that in mind. Don't limit yourself by saying that. It's for
well, yeah, don't limit yourself.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And if you've had a bad experience at salvage or repo,
yeah,
try again next month.
yeah. I hate to say it, but it is what it is, and
I-
you just got to do what you got to do.
I do remember a driver. Yeah, Jay, never effing send me back here again. And I'm thinking,
Happens all the
no,
time.
we'll be back.
Yeah.
You just had a bad day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I get it because we all have bad days, and when they're dealing with
Sure.
some of this
God.
stuff, it
Ugh.
is a real pain. I mean,
Well,
we
and
were
when
dealing
you're,
with this idiot this morning, and John sat there for 2 hours trying to get off a Copart car that they had lied to us about having a forklift for.
oh God, I hate that
Oh
lie.
God. Yeah.
That is the worst.
Well,
Lying about the forklift.
the
Red
worst part
card.
was is that we put it on the very back end to make it easier because I knew that the axle was broken and told the guy that. And I said, even if you have a wheel lift, you can just lift it off and take it off. Well, he lied about that even. So
Oh
then
my God.
then I'm like, John's going to charge you more money. You need to call a tow truck because he already told him if I have to take this to Copart, I'm charging an extra $175, which totally get it. Still took him 2 hours to get it off. Guy refused to pay any more money. And like I explained to him, you're going due to the new ratings on Central. Guess what? Everybody's going to find out what kind of business you are and what you do.
Oh, okay. So, and you know what we'll do? Once you've left that review,
Yeah.
screenshot it. We'll share it. I'll
Yeah.
redact the name, and we will have.
Okay. There
Yeah,
we
we'll,
have.
and we, ATI will be the place where you can see examples of the new system. It's in the news too. Somebody was saying I can't see anything until I sign up. What? Why is that? You can sample cheese before you buy it. You can try the mattress before you buy it. But you can't sample anything here. When I
No,
say here, what am I talking about?
Central Dispatch.
Essentially, you can't sample anything before you...
Yeah.
You're right, John. Right? Who wouldn't be livid about this Copart crap? Copart. And it happens. It's been happening since the dawn of time.
Yes.
In the movie 2001, there were two cavemen, and they decided they were going to hunt and find bones. And then one of them lied to the other about Copart. That's pretty much how it works.
Yes, and I mean, I don't want to say it like this, but most of the people buying Copart are not from here, and they
Oh,
lie to
yeah.
us on a
Ooh.
regular basis, and
See?
it drives me insane.
Can't say that. We just got canceled.
Yeah. Well, I said not from here, so what does that mean? Maybe it
Right.
means from
Oh,
Missouri,
good.
okay?
Right. Good. YouTube's algorithms are like not from here. Like War Games, the machine. So I
Yep.
guess we get to keep our advertising as long as you just said that. Okay.
So,
Like we care.
well, yeah. Okay. So Alina says, "Am I worried about retaliating with another bad review?" Yes, I am. Which that's the reason why it should be policed, right? But they're not. They're not going to do anything about it. So it's going to be a he said, she said thing. But when you go in there and you look at our
Right,
ratings
then it'll
compared
be
to them,
then
it's
it'll
going to be a little
be
different.
it'll be full of man. That dispatcher's full of baloney. Like
Yeah, I
which
really had a
again,
forklift. Yeah, okay.
yeah. Oh, we had a forklift. My kids had forklifts. We had wheel lifts.
And we lifted it with our back and just took it right off.
The Hulk works here, and they wouldn't do anything but complain.
And my question is too, I haven't checked this yet. Can we put pictures on that? Because I mean, what I think is funny is John
Ooh.
documented this whole thing. So if
On
I
the
could put
rating
the pictures
system?
on there, yeah, if I could put the
Oh.
pictures on there, then
I'll bet you
guess
can't.
what?
I'll bet you can't add attachments or add
No,
pictures.
I bet
No.
you can't either.
No,
And that's
because
sometimes you need
that'd
that
be
stuff.
too useful.
Yeah.
In fact,
yeah,
more than that, it would be getting involved, and we are not.
not getting involved.
Not
You're
gonna
right.
die.
Not gonna do it.
Not gonna die.
So let's Okay, so I'll
Does
keep
anybody
going.
remember that joke?
Yep.
Please. Okay. God.
I did.
Okay. Good. What else?
All right, let's see if anything's changed here. So it looks like there's loads on, like when I'm talking about places to go. And that's when you're leaving Florida, the best thing you got to look at is short miles, the most money.
Oh, Elena says you
got
can
it.
put a link. You
There
can
with
put
a
a
picture?
link with a picture. Yeah, but where's the picture hosted on another server? You could put a link there with a picture. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess so that was just another reason why we need to have like ATI Discord server for all the things you can't say anywhere else. Just put links to the ATI Discord server. I've actually really been thinking about this Discord server stuff a lot. I mean, ATI is the only place really to. I mean, I know there's Facebook, and Facebook is doing some things, but Facebook doesn't seem to be able to evolve.
Yeah,
Anyways,
they're kind of stuck.
they're kind of
Uh,
stuck. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
like I
you
was
can. Yeah, you
saying,
have to host it somewhere. Exactly.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So like I was saying,
And then
when
they'll
you're
disable
leaving,
links. Oh yeah, no, you can't have links. Okay.
if you're leaving Florida, you want the most amount of money for the shortest amount of miles. It's kind of like when you're leaving Houston. That's the same thing I do too. Because you're going to take your hit usually going out. Now, snowbird season's coming up here anywhere between mid-March to what, 1st of May. So the rates are going to go up, hopefully, out of Florida. Then the rates going down into Florida are going to go back down, and they ain't that great as it is. But so just keep that in mind when you're looking for loads. When all of a sudden the load rates start going really high, that's what's going on. It does not last. Don't get comfortable with those rates because it's going to go right back to the crap it is. So, and honestly, if you can find loads for 50 cents a mile most of the time out of Florida, you're ahead of the game because it's really hard to find it.
Now, wait, why would loads get better? Why
Because
would.
we're going into snowbird season.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Thanks.
Yeah, we're
So,
gonna.
Elena, this is a great idea, which means it's going to be totally shut down immediately. You could post a link with a YouTube video review of the company.
Ha! That and put it on
Oh
Google.
my god.
We need to Google that shit and put it on
Whoa.
too.
We could start adding links of dispatching live segments
There you go.
on Central Dispatch.
Ha! That'd be funny, wouldn't it?
What? That's going to be so blocked.
Yeah. That'd be the first thing. Click, you're done.
Oh my god. They'll have like a no semicolon policy because you have to have a semicolon in a URL. Okay.
Let's see here. So there's actually, I mean, a decent amount of loads on here right now. I'm gonna put in just 50 cents a mile. Let's see how much it changes for us. Let's get rid of all the lower crap and see what happens here.
I want to thank again everybody for jumping in the live chat and dropping a like. I really do appreciate it. If you have something you want to talk about. Oh, also Friday is tomorrow. Tomorrow we're doing an equipment show at Midwestern Car Carriers. This could be cool. So if you want to join, it's also in the news. We'll talk about that soon. My God, we're already over 20 minutes in the show, Sue.
Wow.
Is that crazy?
That is crazy.
If you want to be on the equipment show tomorrow, it's a Zoom meeting, but they'll also be live at Midwestern. You can email me, autotransportintel@gmail.com, or call or text Ty and say, hey, I want to be in the Zoom meeting. I want to learn. I want to share trucks, trailers, parts, and maintenance, car hauling equipment. It's going to be cool. It's going to be pretty fun.
That's that guy.
It's going to be a party. So you're still searching to see if you can find something better out of Tampa?
Yeah, I'm kind of looking the area and seeing what we got.
Have you
Now
seen anything you like?
Louisiana is all I've seen
Right,
so
that
far.
secured transport load?
The secure, there's a couple other ones going that direction too. Like that's not bad going into Memphis, for All Pro. She always pays pretty good though. Um, then you got
Bradenton,
too.
is that maybe a dealer?
Usually
Or is that an
is
auction?
there Manheim over there? I don't know. It might
Right.
be Manheim. As I know, All Pro does a lot of.
There's a
She
lot of
does both.
34203. Could have been a sale recently. Yeah, it yeah. Which is good if if you can realize they're all picking up at a Manheim, even though they're different brokers. You can get that one pick going. Do you still have to walk 5 miles and take 2 hours to find a car at a Manheim? Is that still happening?
Sorry, sometimes, yeah, and then they also don't allow
Really?
you to use anything to help you find it.
In 2023, that's still happening.
Yeah.
Live chat. 2023, do you still lose 2 hours per car and walk 5 miles when you pick up at a Manheim? Because I'm telling you, shippers would not believe that. They wouldn't believe it. Anybody on LinkedIn would not believe that. Because that's not the narrative we get on LinkedIn. The narrative on LinkedIn is how great everything is, how easy everything is, how there's an empty trailer around every corner. Just dying to pick up your load. right? You still that's still happening. Like what about lot vision? Is there lot? Do they have lot vision?
Yeah, they pretty much made lot vision available for every
So
auction now.
that saves you time,
That
right?
does help, yeah.
Okay, good.
If they're still in the spot they're supposed to be, yeah.
Well, even if they're not, well, doesn't lot vision update wherever the car is or no?
Well, it all depends
So
on it.
Cognosis does that.
Yeah, it's supposed to.
Hmm.
And most of the time we're not having any problems finding them there. It's usually when we go to the rail yards that we have more problems finding the cars because they're
Ah,
supposed to be in certain bay numbers
and they're not.
and they're not. It happened to
Right.
John last week. It was in a totally different bay number. Thank God it wasn't in a huge, he said he was looking under a big, huge tent. And he finally found it like a couple rows over because the car that was in the spot it was supposed to be, of course, was not even close to being the type of car it was supposed to be. So we got lucky enough to where we found it, and that was down in Smyrna, at that rail yard down there, which I know everybody has a problem with that place too because they have two different lots, and some of them you have to drive 3 miles to get to, and it's all crazy over there. But um, so lot vision, if you know about it, does help immensely. We try to tell all of our drivers about it
Okay.
and so that they can go in and look at it because we usually check lot vision too to make sure where it's at. Now, it also tells you though on your gate pass where it's at, what lot and everything else. So it's the same thing. What we're doing is confirming it's correct compared to the gate pass and lot vision because we all know they'll move cars around and not always notify the gate pass division. Now, I will say I had something happen the other day which was really odd because we all know that sometimes they're not in the right lot. But Danny went to pick up one, I believe, at Manheim, and it was not the right lot number written on, or no, not the right work order written on the gate pass. So they would not release the car until I called Manheim and told them that it was incorrect. And then she fixed it for me in California and then sent it to him. But they would not let him leave, even though he found the car. They would not let him leave with that gate pass that was wrong. Isn't that not bizarre? So they've got all their own little rules and regulations. We all know that, but
Okay, so all right, so bottom line is 2023 still it's
yeah,
better.
still
It's
they're
better, but
still
they're
being
still
detectives. The
okay.
drivers are detectives. We're detectives. I
Yeah.
mean,
See,
and they've gotten
okay,
so lazy over all of this stuff anymore that they do not want to give you any of the information.
okay, shippers on LinkedIn do not know this. I promise you. At the trade shows, clients do not know what you just said. So again, attention shippers and clients, you think these giant auctions are the bomb, but what's the problem? She's gonna leave me
Sorry.
hanging. No,
No, I'm
that's okay.
sorry. I was answering a text.
Oh, of course. Let's see. I can talk to Jay live on his show, or
I can answer a customer who's up
yes.
my butt about
Oh,
a
okay.
load.
Yeah. Well, that's what
So,
we're talking. We're talking about customers. All right.
yeah.
But
So, text.
What would you like remarketing companies with a million vehicles to know about the state of Manheim today in 2023 when it comes to logistics, transportation, and tech? What would you tell them?
Well,
Everything's
definitely don't
great.
trust them. No.
Oh,
Because remember, you got my picture I sent you of the
whoa.
car that guy got? The
Don't.
truck? I sent you a picture that
Okay.
John went to go pick up a 3-pack for this customer. We were taking three into a place called something Claire something, Illinois. Anyways, he goes to pick up the first vehicle, and this truck is sitting there, and on the window it says, "Do not start truck, do not drive truck, has no oil, blah 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 blah." And so we call the customer up because I mean they have a forklift at Manheim Statesville. We could take it, roll it off. And he goes, "I knew nothing about that. I even have it in PSI, and nobody told me anything about it." Now, we all know some of these people lie, so I don't know if it's necessarily the truth that he's telling me that he didn't know. But that's what he was really adamant about. And he says, "I don't want that truck. Do not pick it up." And so then I had to I was like, "Oh, dude, I got to start over now, looking for loads." And I asked him, I said, "Would you pay us the same price for us taking only two?" And he's like, "Yeah, I can do that." How many times do you hear that?
Oh my
Ever?
God! Right. Well, I'll tell you
Yes.
what. Let's do that. So let's move into the news. Do you have a recommendation for this Tampa route scout?
Well, like I said, I would always look. We always get our best loads, and like I said, we do this every Monday or every Friday for Monday. We usually do Georgia, Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi. Those are going to be your sweet spots. Sometimes North Carolina. because you're looking for stuff that you're going to get paid enough to get out of there, and you're not like getting bent over so that you're taking it before you get out of there. So that's why I always recommended those places, and it's not that many
Yeah.
miles either. So it keeps, like I always say, you want short miles for more money when you're leaving Florida at this time of the year. There's only a couple times a year that you're going to get paid more,
So
and this is not one of them.
one of the problems is if you do a lot of shorty moves,
Hmm.
then you don't reach that weekly gross number
Right.
that everybody's trying to hit.
Right. And
Right?
right. And so,
It's the downside.
right. And like normally, like if I was leaving, like normally Atlanta or Dallas, like my guys are listed out there, I usually try to make the most money. Then, like that's usually my money run to get them someplace and then go from there. So that's not been happening because of the rates. Like usually, like out of Atlanta, I could manage sometimes $1,500 to $2,000 for my 3 car. Dude, sometimes we're lucky to get out of it for 1,000 for 12 right now. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's so bad. Same thing with Dallas. We all know Dallas sucks. Um, like I had to run in from Dallas to we went to Lubbock because that's all that was on there that was paying decent. Now, granted, they were $1 a mile, but Lubbock's only 400 miles, so you can imagine what I was getting paid. So
Well, and
there you go.
Lubbock is not like a fountain of cars once you get
No,
there. Well,
no,
and that's another thing too. So then, I mean, and everybody else has to pay more for eggs. Although I think the cost of eggs finally came down a little bit. But
sheesh.
you add all this together, and there's a problem.
Yeah, there is.
There's a problem.
Yeah,
And as Ty, Jeff said it. Here we go. It takes too long to check a car in and honestly get one out also. And Ty
yeah.
follows up. They probably know they don't care. Thanks
No,
for playing.
they
Welcome
don't.
to Auto
And
Transport. No,
the only
nobody cares.
time
Come on, man.
Here's the thing. If you're at one of the big ones like Dallas or something like that, because they're huge, you got two or three in Dallas that are massive. They do, if you go during business hours, they do ride you around in a van or
Oh, that's cool.
something like that, golf cart, something like that. They will take you. But keep in mind, if there's a lot of people there, you're
Because the
running with a
client.
lot of people.
Hey, wait, the clients are watching. Okay, go send the shuttles.
Yeah,
People are
shuttles
watching.
around. Yeah.
But
But
as
at
soon as
night,
it's raining and
yeah,
nobody's there, yeah,
yeah.
come
At
on.
night, it's a done deal. You may be walking 1, 2 miles.
Would you
That's
get
what's
out of
fun
the
about it.
shuttle?
Yeah.
Um, I know it's not fair. Nothing ever is. Okay, let's go into the news. Golly, I can't believe it's 12:30. That's nuts. It's Thermonuclear Thursdays. We are dropping truth bombs here, and we want you to join us. Dang it! I mean, come on. What's it gonna matter? What could have hurt? Let's talk some truth. We had Sue is pissed. It's a couple shows ago. Are you still pissed?
I'm not happy about this whole rating thing.
Nice. But
I
not
don't think
pissed.
it's fair. Pretty much, I don't think it's fair all the way around because unless you deliver a car, you can't rate the company. So that means if you go to pick up the car and the car disappeared or they gave you a load that was double brokered or something like that, you realize you can't give them any feedback because unless you actually deliver the car, there's not a damn thing you can do about it. So there's no giving anybody any grief about, hey, they're double booking cars or the car wasn't ready. There's no more of that. So how are we supposed to know that this company does this kind of shit, right? They've taken that away. So I'm still kind of pissed.
All right. Well, you make a good argument. I'd be upset. It's the dispatching live effect. You might feel a little uncomfortable at first, a little bit of turbulence, and then you realize, oh my God, this is the truth. This is it. This is really what's happening. I knew there was something wrong. I just couldn't put my finger on it. Yes, there's a transportation dumpster fire, and I don't mean just the carriers. The brokers, the rates, the load boards, the whole dang thing's all jacked up.
Yeah.
And it starts with, okay, what did they sell and what are you doing? You just mentioned it with John in the car he went to pick up and he
Yeah.
couldn't pick it up,
Right.
right? So somebody sold something that wasn't actually what is.
Right.
That sums up auto transport. Speaking of John, for my next amazing act, I will make this logbook legal again. That's awesome. And John's a magician.
Yes, so this is perfect.
Perfect. And we know right now there are magic acts being performed at a truck stop near you. Yeah, we always say, show me the truck. We want to see your truck. Send it in. Send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com. So, all right, so is this Doll Mac? Yeah, it is. He's
Is
back
it?
on the road. I didn't, I'm not up on everything, but I guess he's back on the road, sharing
As far
photos.
as I know, yeah, I didn't know he wasn't on the road.
So that's cool. Thanks for the pics. Really appreciate it. If you
Mhm.
send it in, we'll share it. So we got, here's a good question. I'm looking at buying an auto hauler and had a few questions. Well, this is perfect time to join us on tomorrow's show, Car Hauling Equipment on Cars on the Move at noon. We're going to go live at Midwestern Car Carriers, and yes, you really are invited. Ken just sent me an email, and Ken will be joining us tomorrow. You are invited to join us in the Zoom meeting. There'll be a Zoom meeting link. Send me your email address, and I'll add you to the Zoom meeting link, and you can join us. Or you can just join the live chat. Here, I'll tell you what. If you don't want to, and that's the thing too. I know sometimes you just want to watch the show. You don't want to like sit at the table. I get it. Believe me. So here's the show link. All right, and you can click on that. Set your show reminder, and join us tomorrow on Car Hauling Equipment. That's going to be a great show. Oh well,
It
you know,
is what it is.
it is what it is. Route Scouts, we encourage, send it in. We'll take a look. You know, we're not saying we'll see anything you're not seeing, but we like to try and get creative. Did you get the memo? Okay, so here's a memo. Ford requirements have changed. What I like about this is there's a lot of information for you to tell, but you may not want to talk about the rate with anybody. Carriers, please be aware that the process for all live Ford deliveries has changed. When damages are found, you'll be required to sign off on them in another system by another inspector. Now, hold on. The rate's not going up. It's just that this is required. This system will be used in addition to the system we've already got you using to be part of the other detailed instructions and systems that, and if there's a problem, chat with us, and then, maybe. Did I do that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so, yeah.
You approve?
Yeah.
All right, good. All right, cool. Hey, my name is Elena. There is a glitch on Central Dispatch. Really? You don't say. It always goes back to pickup location and then by delivery metro. Have you seen this glitch too, Sue?
Yeah. Well, she showed it to me, so I could
Okay.
figure out
Yeah,
what
I
was going
figured.
on.
Yeah. Do you want to explain the glitch?
So if you press, like, if you scroll down and you do a post date instead, which by post date, that means it still puts it all at the top, but it's going to put it up there quicker than just an hour. You're going to know that those are just recent. But it's switching back to pickup location even after you apply that. So I think they're working on that right now is kind
Oh,
of what
cool.
I'm getting emails from Abby Tan right now between her
Really?
and Alina, yeah. So
Can you hear dispatching live in the background?
yeah, that might be maybe she's getting
She
prepared.
she just jumped off. Yeah, she's like, no, 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 I'm not. All right, cool. That's awesome. Listen, we want these problems fixed. We got plenty to gripe about. We don't want to gripe about your problems too. In fact, that's another thing. Don't do stupid things on the load boards, and you won't end up on dispatching live. Okay? Shake on it. Speaking of, okay.
There we go.
Great news. Great news. And our NDAs are getting signed and everybody's getting lined up outside the courthouse. This agreement states you understand, yada, 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 violation, yada, 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 March 3rd, yada, yada, yada. Oh, that's tomorrow, yada, yada.
Yeah, and they're making us all do them again.
Which is funny. Okay, right. So, Ready Auto Loads, we need to talk about the fact that they are losing our loads. So,
Yeah.
wait a minute. You're on the hook, but what's up with this?
So this would be the second time this happened, in maybe 2 weeks' time. We're taking loads off the ready load board. Okay, and I'm gonna just be straight. My drivers don't like to use their app, so they use Super Dispatch. That shouldn't matter, right? So both times they've said we didn't have the
Yeah.
loads. Not on the load board.
You can use, this
Missing.
is America. You can use whatever load board you
Right.
want, right?
Right. Missing.
Okay.
So missing the load itself. Thank God we keep the rate cons so that we can send them to them and say, here's the proof we actually did this load. Here's your bill of lading. Here's, signed off, picked up, and delivered. But, you know,
Wait a minute.
this shouldn't be happening.
Wait a minute. This isn't. Oh, this isn't America. And you can't use whatever load. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad.
So, yeah, this should never happen. You should never get an email after you've billed out something asking where your payment is and saying, I don't know what load you're talking about. You didn't do this load. And we've got a load ID and everything else. And that, like I said, it's happened twice. Make sure you always keep your rate cons for Ready Auto, because normally you could go to the board where you got the load, but if it disappeared, guess what? You have no proof you had a
Why
contract
do
at
you?
any
Wait,
time.
why do you have to? Why do you have to keep backups of dispatches?
Exactly. Why
What?
do you?
From companies? They
That are
clearly have plenty of lawyers.
Yes, and they're clearly a
What?
part
Oh my
a
gosh.
central dispatch, so
That
I
is
don't
aw-
get it either.
And you
But
know what I don't understand? I don't understand how Ready Logistics is catching up with Central Dispatch's like crap list.
yeah,
Central Dispatch has been on the radar with crap for a long time. Ready, why are you trying to catch up with them?
yeah.
Oh, because it's the same parent company? God, really?
Well, and I always tell everybody, if you are going to use the Ready app or United Road app or anybody else's app, always use Super Dispatch as well. That way you have a backup when this happens.
Okay. Wait, can we say Ready Crap Auto? No. You can't. Come on, you can't say that.
Well, anyways.
Pretty funny. All right, so here's what's happened. And see, this is why I'm mad. This is the scary part. If you're sitting in a boardroom right now and your lawyer's looking weird at you right now, see, Jay and Ty have brought this to the conference now. At the end of March, we are going to be live at Car Conference in front of suits. We're talking remarketers, lenders, consigners, talking about keeping your cars out of the dumpster fire. It is now what was once just this little containable fire, it is spreading across the field and approaching your auto auction. I don't know what you're going to do. I would love it if you just fix this crap. But if you don't, well, we're going to keep on sharing it. Be sure if you're interested in this car conference, it's the end of March. Ty is there's a lot of information there, and I'm gonna have my panel. Ty's got his panel. Anyways, we're positive you can literally do whatever you want. Mm-hmm. Would you say that in this case where Ready's allegedly losing your dispatch sheets, that they're just doing whatever they want?
Pretty
Are they
much.
worried about it?
Because, if we didn't have the proof that we had the load sheet, are they going to pay us? Probably not. And this isn't the first time this has happened. I've had this happen over the years, but I've never had it happen twice in that short of a span of time.
It's crazy, man.
Uh-huh.
Here's one. I always like to check in with Facebook, and there's some good stuff up there. Here's one. I have 2 phone numbers just to see how these brokers and dispatchers. See, this is the problem with Facebook.
Yeah. Not correct.
That is totally stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, by the way, I'm gonna read this again because it's just so dumb. And this is on Hotshot Trucking, which, see, this is also part of the problem. Mm-hmm. We're just gonna we keep it real as we can get. See, when you go to Hotshot Trucking and other Facebook groups, you're under the impression that you're in like a group of knowledge that you can rely on this. Mm-hmm. And so you read this. I have 2 phone numbers just to see how these brokers and dispatchers try to take all the profits. Oh my God, count the ways that first sentence is so stupid.
Uh-huh.
Notice how he or she says the same thing about the customer, but keeps dropping the rate. This business is a joke. See, now it's the 3rd sentence that's correct. This business is a joke. And you know why it's a joke? Because you've allowed the joke to continue and you haven't built a business. All right, so let's take a look at some of this stuff. Hey, is that order available? Yeah, it's from the auto auction. Guy can pick it up today, deliver tomorrow. Can you do 175? It's listed for 300, sir. Customers only having 200.
Huh.
Okay. Nowhere in this communication did a dispatcher lie.
No.
This is a
Broker.
broker lie.
Yeah.
Now, if the broker has dispatchers in their company lying on behalf, it's still a broker lie.
Yeah. That
The
is working for the
broker is
broker.
lying.
Yeah.
And what I love about Sir Customer is only having 200, it goes back to that, Sue,
Yeah.
where do you think these folks are doing business?
In another country.
I mean, I hate to point this out. I don't know anybody that talks that way. Sir Customer is only having, what?
Yeah.
What are you
Yeah.
typing?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that is a total scam, by the
yeah.
way, because this is auto transport and you can do whatever you want.
I got a funny one. I did a load for Safe Trucking, I believe it was, and they're one of these people that do this. But I was stuck. They asked me to do it for $50 less. I said I'll do it for $25 less. Don't get me wrong, it was still $1 a mile. But at that point in time, I was screwed. I had to have this last car. So I do the load, get it done. He sends me a text the next day, said, "Can you please give me a good rating on Central?" I said, "Do you really want me to do that?" I said, "Because per the new transaction stuff, I'm going to tell them that you didn't tell us that the car didn't run great, that you knocked me down on the price playing your little games." I said, "I don't think you want that on Central Dispatch, do you?" And he was like, "No, thanks," and hung up on me. And
Man,
I was like,
he's
called him out on the
lucky
shit.
you even said that.
Uh-huh. I'm probably still going to do it,
Because
just so y'all know, but
what I want to know is, where's the puppy mill for
right,
all these brokers that are just straight
doing
up
that.
lying?
Mm-hmm.
Where did they get into this business? And this is what bothers me. There's the dumb YouTube videos that are promising the moon and guys get in and go broke. There are also really stupid offers about being a broker and how easy that is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh my God. And nobody's. All right. Calm down, Jay. All right, let's just have some more fun. Hey, here's another one. I guess it's the same guy.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, can you do 150? It's posted for 200. Customer is only having 150 if you want. I can dispatch you right now.
So they went from 300
This is a
listing
different
down
this
to.
is a different load. So
Oh, it is.
clearly
I thought
there's
he just did it from two different numbers. I thought that's what he was saying.
well, I know I read that too. You're right. I don't know. Maybe it's the same load, two different numbers.
Well, that's what he said. He used two different numbers to contact the
Yeah,
company. So
you're
that's what
right.
I
He
think he was
did.
doing. I think he was playing their game like we play their game, like and do that. And, I've also had the people ask me, okay, so when I post a load and it listed for $1.07 or something like that, don't ask me for more money. I mean, really don't. You piss me off when you do it because I'm already got calls lined up usually. When they're listed like that, I'm getting text after text going, "Do you want this load?" And then you ask me for more money, and I'm like, click, going to the next person. Then they keep texting you. I finally
Oh.
say, "I'm sorry, I've already dispatched to somebody for that same price." Right now, we're in an era or whatever you want to call it that don't. If you're in a location and you need that car, don't play the game of asking for more money. There's somebody already behind you. You're going to lose that load. And if it works, take it.
Oh my God, it's in the live chat. I asked where the puppy mill was, and the answer could be M Company. I didn't
Could
know
be.
that actually, and you know why that sort of makes sense? It's because at trade shows, what we learned, like lots of people that went on to other companies came from RPM.
Yeah,
Like,
really.
oh God, a lot of people. And a lot of people also kind of came from United Road. I don't think it's as many.
Hmm.
So, but you come in through the front door, you enter the building, for whatever reason, you go out the back, and then you go to, yeah, and it's a lot of people. So I can see this. I know I'm speculating live and whatnot, but it's it, and this is why they say it's a small world. Right now, I bet you there's somebody. This is such a small world. There's somebody at a conference table saying, "Have you seen this ATI stuff? It's got to stop." That's happening.
Oh, really?
I mean, it's got to be.
Well,
It has to be.
the real question is, do they really care?
No, not really. No,
No.
it's not about caring,
No.
but it's about swatting a mosquito, and after a while, you're like, "I'm gonna get that thing." Okay. was a little
Yeah.
harsh. 17,000 carriers. I grabbed this from a pretty sweet social media post. So, are there 17,000 carriers? Right now.
Sure? No clue. What did
Wow.
Central say on the front of their thing? Remember, wasn't it 16 or something and change or something like that? We had that posted a month or two ago.
Okay, so wait, Eladio. Hey, Sue, follow you guys for a while, but I have questions. As you are go, we are discussing how much more allowed could pay, and now is much less. How was the business from years past?
It's
Yeah,
a,
how was the business in years past?
I
Was
mean,
it better?
well,
Wasn't it
yeah,
better?
last year was good. The year, even with COVID, the year before that, yeah, we were
When I
down
was
for
a
like a
dispatcher in
couple
the
months,
days
but
of
it was
yore,
crazy.
back when we churned butter,
Uh-huh.
yeah, I thought it was. I mean, I thought it was better. I
I mean,
don't know.
right now it's still crappy. We haven't come out of the slump yet. I don't know
Okay,
when.
so DDD says, "Wow, that was a bold statement." Sue, you are part of the problem,
Oh, really?
but I don't know what the context is.
Yeah.
Let's go back to this. Okay, but you said it. Sure, maybe. Are there how does anybody know if there are 17,000 active car haulers right now?
I don't know.
That's what I'm at. Thank you.
I
That's what I'm saying.
well,
I don't know. I don't think that's true. Now, if you include every dude with a flatbed, because I have a feeling that this number, part of this number is including any dude with a flatbed.
yeah, like anybody. Period.
Remember like that picture where the guy strapped it to the chassis?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
he's
Yeah.
in the 17,000.
Yeah. You got your one cars.
And that's what
Everybody's
we're
in
talking.
there. Yeah.
17. But here's the problem. You and I, we're talking about 17,000, maybe whatever. But if you're if you're a consigner, a shipper, a client, a fleet management company, you're like, oh, 17,000. Well, no wonder I don't have to pay. I don't have to overpay,
Hey,
and there's a dude
right, $1 a
around
mile.
every
Yeah.
corner. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So thank you so much. Thank you. Right? Because he's saying, dude, where's my car? Well, you said there were 17,000 haulers just ready to go, like working for free. Dude, where's my car?
Well, I've got a story for that one. So
Yeah.
I have a customer that just moved to Florida and he's moving two old cars, like Model Ts or something, to Laredo. And we had given him a quote, and his customer was calling around getting quotes, and it was like, oh, like half of what I'm telling the guy, right? And we explained to him, you can do this, but you may never get your car. Because just because they give you a quote like that doesn't mean that car is going to show up good. It doesn't mean that car is going to show up at all. Just because it's cheap does not make it better than a full price load,
Well, and
right?
that's like that guy we had on the phone, Daniel, a
Yeah.
couple weeks ago. Oh, the horror stories of I mean, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, the lies people are told
Yep.
daily by brokers,
Every day.
and then and brokers wonder why they get a bad rap. But
Right.
again, there's bad carriers and good carriers. There's bad brokers and good
Yeah.
brokers. It's not like every broker. But when we have thought industry leaders posting S
Yeah.
on the load board
Yeah.
and at the same time demanding 3 systems,
Right.
come on, man.
Right. Very true. And
And
they're
then they
just
just
doing it
blame
to
it.
locate the driver, keep track of the driver. That's
And
their
the-
biggest thing.
Oh yeah. Well, then they just blame it on the dispatcher, and that's yeah. Okay. So you were talking about John at Copart. Now, is this a different story?
No, no, no. Well, this is the Cobra he was waiting for his car that we had the problems with. But no,
Okay.
he was watching this guy. You see this load, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
So this is him sitting there waiting in line at Copart. Then you flip to the next page. This
And
is
he's
how this guy has it loaded.
That's loaded. Okay.
Yeah.
It's loaded.
But he
Okay.
decides he's going to fix it. So
Oh,
while
okay,
John's
yeah,
sitting there
okay.
waiting behind him, he's messing
But he
around. Then he
has-
hits the car
He has
behind it.
no room. Oh.
Oh, no, he actually hit it.
Oh, he
John said
hit
it
it.
wasn't just close. He hit it.
Oh,
And I said,
wow.
okay. And then he goes out and he asks the guy, he's like, man, can't you do this someplace else so we can all scoot up in line? And he told John to basically F off. That he
Oh
was doing
my
it.
God.
So John took a shot of his ass while he was doing it.
That's crazy.
because of it. But there, you got it on a little bit closer. But it was funny because John goes, "I will never complain about overhang ever again." Sue, when he saw the
Oh
first,
my God. Well,
there's
but
that truck too.
but
Yeah.
this is what's great. This guy is part of the 17,000 you
Yes.
told the shippers.
Yeah.
Great
Oh,
job.
great. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks
Yeah.
so much. Okay, so this is the car he couldn't pick up.
Yeah. This was the truck that was at Manheim Statesville. Yeah. And look, it even says 227. And he did a PSI on it. He said, I did not know any of that. But like I said, we don't
Wow.
always know if they're telling us the truth. They might have hoped that I was just going to take it. But I will say, he said, in no way, shape, or form, I want you to take that truck. I am not buying that truck with that condition. So to me, he may have not have known, you know, because otherwise
Yeah.
anybody else would have tried to get us to take it. Because there's a forklift there. We could have forked it on and
Hmm.
rolled it off. And he's like, no, I don't want it. And I think it was just a
Right.
1500.
He's like, just leave it there. I don't want you
Yeah.
to bring it to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm not paying for it, is what he said.
Yeah, gotcha. Interesting. Customer didn't know anything about it, told us not to pick it up. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's the story. All right,
Yep.
cool. Let's see. Okay, so what is so someone's hack
You should.
another hacked account story?
Okay. Yeah. So Vance, this is we're talking about you ship,
You
that you
ship.
go on
Yeah,
and you
okay,
bid
you
on a
ship.
car.
Yeah.
So he found out that someone had hacked his account, was booking loads for the last month under his company name. And somehow he got a call for one or two people saying, when are you picking up my car? And he's like, what are you talking about? And they're like, we booked this car through you ship with this guy named Ronnie. He's like, I don't know who the hell Ronnie is, but you better cancel that because that's not my company. Whoever that is doing it doesn't have insurance. I don't know who they are. He finally got a hold of U-Ship to close down the account. Nobody knows how this is happening. So yeah, it's really weird how all this hacking is coming up.
Well, it's not a big surprise though. This is the problem.
No.
Is that this is where I mean Ty's brain explodes regularly because if you add all the EV and all the connected,
Hmm.
it's just talk about a dumpster fire. I mean, we're gonna connect everything, and then it'll just be a world of hackers.
Yeah,
Explain how that isn't true.
true.
I
I
mean,
mean, it is true.
it is true. I mean, hackers will hack anything they can hack. Which one's easier to hack, a physical system or an electronic system?
Right.
Gee, I wonder.
Yeah.
I mean, and by the way, is 5G any better, or is it just you can hack faster?
Yeah, there you go. You're probably
I
gonna
mean,
hack faster.
I think you can hack faster. Yeah, no, it's crazy. And I'm not saying I don't believe in the internet and IP addresses, but there will be more hacking. There just will be. Okay. I had this question come in. Lorene asked she went to load board rehab. Thanks, Lorene. What CRM do auto transport load board? What CRM do auto transport load board use that good to work with? So, if you are a broker, here's a broker question. If you're a broker, what CRM would you choose to easily post loads on load boards? She's texting.
Nope, sorry, I was answering a question. Go
No,
ahead.
you're good. You're good. You have full leeway here. We roll out the carpet for Sue on Thursdays. We're lucky to have her. She works in a dispatch office, very busy.
Do we use Central Dispatch? Yeah, you have to use Central Dispatch.
All right, so as a new dispatcher, should we use Central? But they wanted to, I guess they wanted to take a look. If I call them and ask questions for trials to look at load boards, and they don't have that.
No.
Yeah. But if you have a broker's license, they charge you for 30 posts, $129.95. Thanks for sharing this info. Because from the beginning of talking to them, I said they suck.
So look at nothing with what the heck.
It is interesting. You can't.
Yeah, you can't get on there.
You really can't. They don't have any welcome. Well, I don't know what they. I don't know what they have.
And I mean, I guess I see why you
Hey,
wouldn't
take
be
it
able
away.
to.
Talk for a couple minutes. We'll be right
Okay.
back.
I
Keep
mean,
going.
I see why you wouldn't want anybody, just any old person, to have access to it because they could try to get calls. I get calls all the time where people have let other people look on the load board. They call me. They're not a part of Central. I don't dispatch for people not a part of Central because there's nothing to run your contracts through and everything else. And that's well, and what's funny is yes, Central Dispatch doesn't really back us up, but at least I have some kind of formal documentation that's signed and everything like that. So I know it sucks that you to be on there that you have to do that, but I think that's their protection to make sure that nobody just not anybody can get on there, pick up loads. And I don't know if they should change it, to be honest with you. I kind of think that's part of what we do out here, that you have to pay your way to do what we do. Um, and as far as they could probably talk to somebody if they wanted to and ask if they could borrow their username and password if it was somebody you trusted so that they could look at the load boards. But here's the thing, if you're going to be a broker and you're going to do this, you're going to have to pay that fee anyways to get on here and do stuff. So, if you're legitimately wanting to start your own business and do this, then you just figure you're going to have to do it and just deal with it from there. So, and Jay is not back. So, what else should we talk about? Let's see. No, I don't think, Janice, we need to talk about that. Anyways. All
Hey.
right. So I think I covered that.
Oh, thank you very much. So, all right, so let's do this. Thanks everybody for sticking around. This is Dispatching Live. It's Thursdays. We got another 30 minutes to go. If you got anything to add, put it in the live chat. Thank you so much for doing that. Do me a favor, stick around. We'll be right back.
Are you completely stressed out from all the calls and the contracts and the verifications of loads where nobody ever answers the phone? Call Murphy Auto Dispatch Services today. Murphy Auto Dispatch Services has over 15 years in the transport industry. We are your office while you are on the road. We book, we verify, and we bill out your loads for you. We have an excellent accounting staff and an even better dispatch team. Give us a call today at 417-273-0021, or if you want to email me, it's murphyautotransport31@yahoo.com. Give us a call today.
Murphy Auto Transport Services, if you're looking for a dispatch office, you found one. Sue is here with me. Murphy Auto Transport Services wants to talk to you. And there is there's a process to go through as far as to make sure that...
For the right fit, I guess.
Yeah, the right fit, exactly. Thanks for saying that. I mean, it's not like... And you want that.
Yes.
You don't want to just talk to somebody and fill out some forms and then hope for the moon. You don't want that.
Because, well, and it's not just with them, it's with us too. I mean, you want somebody you can get along with, and because you're going to talk to this person like all day long, usually 5 to 7 days a week. So you got to be able to get along with them and understand them, understand where they're coming from, what they want, and then there's times when you're trying to explain, the process and what's going on in the world, because, you'll get some of these transporters that think that it is our fault that there's no loads on the board. And we're not psychics. We cannot control this industry. We do the best we can because our whole goal is to make you as much money as possible, because the more money you make, the more money we make, because we're a percentage-based company. So we're not out there just to take the biggest piece of crap on the board. We're trying to make the most money. But when it's times like this and we're struggling, you have to give us a little bit of empathy with what we're dealing with. Because if you were sitting here looking at the load boards, ready to pull your hair out some days like we are, you would totally understand what we're dealing with. And I have drivers that totally get it. They're like, I'm sitting. Like, John's one of those people. He goes, I'll sit, Sue, until you tell me to move, And I'm like, that's what we got to do sometimes, especially right now. And then usually it's at the end of the day, at the last dire minute, that's when your load pops up and then you get them on their way. And that's the thing is, I've gone through many transporters that we just didn't click, didn't like each other, didn't, whatever. And it just happens that way, unfortunately. I'm sending it to her.
It takes a lot. You can take the screen back when you're ready.
Okay.
It takes a lot of trust.
Yeah, trust.
To have for a driver or a carrier to sit while their dispatcher looks and not get into an argument.
I did. I sent it to her.
Yeah, that is hard. Hey, I like the question. Eladio asked, "What about super dispatch?" I'll pose that to Sue. Sue, what about Super Dispatch? What do you think Eladio's asking?
I'm not sure if they're asking about the loads or using the EBOL system. I love Super Dispatch, and I hope they keep getting bigger and bigger. It would be fantastic if they took over Central Dispatch. Okay, that would be great. I don't know if that'll happen, but you never know. Hey, but they're great people to work with. They answer you right away if you're on the chat line. It might take you 5 minutes. But usually it's not like Central Dispatch. You're lucky if they answer you 24, 48 hours from now. And they usually don't answer what you want them to answer. So Super Dispatch has a live chat line. You can ask whatever's happening on right then and there. As far as the loads go, they're getting more and more on there. You have to be a verified carrier to be able to get those loads off there, and that's super easy. It's basically all the stuff you send to Central Dispatch, your W-9, your insurance cert, your MC authority. Also now they've set up Super Pay, so you can set that up, which means that you get paid faster. That goes right into your ACH, and I think they're trying to convert more and more people on signing up for Super Dispatch as far as brokers go, which would be fantastic because it would be nice to know at all times where your money at when you're going to get it, because on Super Dispatch, once you've entered in that stuff, you go to it and it says Super Pay will be delivered into your account on this day. So there's no multiple phone calls, find out why accounting didn't send out a check, or whatever happened, which, as we all know, happens daily with accounting. So I love Super Dispatch. You'll never hear me say anything bad about them. I mean, they're great people to work with and great people to make things happen. So if you can get signed up with them, do it. And I know if you want just their basic plan, it's free. You don't have to pay anything. But even if you want the full desktop version, I think it's only $55 a month. So it's really not that bad. And it's just part of the business. You're going to have to pay sometimes for load boards. But
what do you think about that answer, Eladio? My God. Yeah, but how do you really feel? No, that's good stuff. Okay, so I want to share this. John Larrick sent me and you can do it. You can send me stuff and we'll go over it. Okay, our records reflect
do you have an active account?
That you have an... Here, let me get rid of that. Okay, our records reflect you have an active carrier account with Central Dispatch. It has been brought to our attention that your company is operating under Central Dispatch as a shipper without the proper authority. Carriers that utilize the ability to post loads, and this is in the past. He cleared this up. But this is a notice from Central Dispatch about a carrier posting loads without proper authority.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
How long
That's
ago
why
was
he's.
that?
I know that's why he sent it to me, because I said, nah. Carriers that utilize the ability to post loads will need to accommodate their use of Central Dispatch by either setting up a second shipper account or discontinue. Haven't you complained to Central Dispatch about carriers posting
I don't
loads?
even know how many times I've said this to them, and I would tell them why they should not be able to do it. And they kept saying, well, they can't, but they can. Why even allow, here's my thing, to even stop this, why even allow a transporter the opportunity to list the cars? Why should they even be allowed to do it?
So they have somebody has a letter somewhere because it says removal of your posting ability may occur. I mean,
yeah.
And then it goes through talking about
how to go get your operating.
Isn't this crazy?
Yeah.
It's like going to Area 51 and there is an alien inside the thing.
Well, that's crazy.
John just sent us the alien. It actually exists. So
How
next
old was
time,
it, John?
next time they tell you, I know. How old is this, John? Next time they tell you, look, you know what? I think it's a year ago.
Oh, wow.
Next time they tell you, hands off, we don't live here, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Screenshot it. This is real.
Yeah, because like I said, I give them those almost daily. I'll just send them over when I see a transporter listing a car, especially if it's a billing. That really irritates the crap out of me.
There really is somebody standing on the grassy knoll. We have proof.
They don't pay attention to
Crazy. Can't believe it. I know. I'm freaking out. We will play Ask Larry. We got Car Shipping Guru in a little bit. Let's see here. We're at 10 after. And we talked about the equipment show is tomorrow. You can sign up. And let's see. And I don't think anybody else had a Route Scout. We're looking at the live chat now. Okay. Oh, using Super Dispatch as a CRM. Ah, do you do that, Sue?
No. I can. I don't.
Why not?
I tried using it, and
And what I mean is, I mean honestly, because I don't know the answer.
yeah,
Yeah.
I tried using it. It's not as user friendly, or it wasn't when I was trying to use it a couple years ago, as Central was. And here's the other thing. This is just me being lazy, but Central Dispatch, I have all of my places already saved. All I have to do is push a button. If it's a certain customer, you just click it and go. Whereas I had to start all over from scratch and Super Dispatch, constantly typing in the pickup and the delivery order and stuff like that. Now, it's a way to go. I mean, this is kind of bad to say it this way. It's a way to go to use it through Super, where they would never be able to give you a rating on Central because you're never going to show it picked up and delivered that way. I mean, if you're a shady, not transport, shady broker, I guess you could do it that way, so you would never get a negative. Now, they do ratings. Don't get me wrong. They do ratings on Super Dispatch, just not like what they're doing now on Central. And like I said, I have good feelings and bad feelings about the new Central rating. I think it's more focused to help a transporter not get in any trouble at all ever again. Because if you, for example, you take a car from Copart and you're not going to make it, and they put on their pickup exactly, and you cancel the load, you can't get a negative. You can't get called out on paying the storage. You can't. Nothing's going to happen to you. So I don't think that's fair. That you can't rate somebody that may have screwed you over just because you didn't deliver the car. So, and it's the same thing with a broker. I mean, or if you turn it around, it's going to be the same thing. You can't rate anything about that transporter. The broker, screwed up something and the car wasn't there, so you lost money on it. You can't give them a rating because you didn't actually do the load. And then, like I said last week, keep in mind that any big broker that does not use Central Dispatch to give you the load, you will never rate them ever. So you've got like people like Metro, Rightway, Montway, Anu. They don't use the Central Dispatch to send you the load. It's an actual physical thing you get in an email. So you will never be able to rate them ever again. So it's that part I don't get.
Wow.
That's not going to help anybody.
Hey, I've got something here I want to make sure we cover. I had a comment. This was a comment. This is a pretty good comment.
Okay.
Teach carriers how to negotiate. Now,
okay,
that sounds offensive. Like what? Like I don't know how to negotiate?
Right.
Well, but here's his note.
Uh-huh.
As a carrier, or I guess even a dispatcher, calling about a load on Central. Oh, I got, you get rejected for whatever reason. It's already picked up. Can't do that. Whatever. You're ugly.
Right.
Make an offer.
Right.
Make a reasonable offer with a reasonable reason. Right?
Right.
You know what? I can do it for $100 more. It is in the snow and the ice. It is at the auction. Yada yada.
Right.
Here's
That's
my information.
Yeah.
Right. Here's why. I'm just shooting you straight. Here's why I need more money.
Yeah.
Here's the name of my company. Here's my phone number.
Yeah, and I mean that's what you want to do when you're negotiating with them.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be honest.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
I know, right? Isn't that funny? It's so funny.
Because there's going to be somebody else right there behind them saying they're going to take it, especially right now. Now, it's different if it's like some crazy ass load that's like 15 foot tall, or, it's 30 foot long and weighs 15,000 pounds. You have all the negotiation you can do. If you can do that load, negotiate all the way, buddy, because there's very few people who are going to be able to compete with that. So that's a totally different thing, though. And that's not what we usually run across.
And Ty would say, all right, take that same business principle and go try it somewhere else. Go to the dealership.
Right.
Try to find someone to talk to at an auction.
Right.
Watch ATI and learn more other ways to look in your own backyard at businesses you can try to talk to.
Right.
It's a really interesting idea.
Yeah.
And I thought it was cool that somebody took the time to say, hey, talk about this on your show.
Right. And most people, I mean, there's a lot of people probably don't even realize you can negotiate. They probably think that's it. That's all there is. But
there's too many people that do reverse negotiation. Can I get it for $50 less?
Yeah.
Good.
Yep.
Good. Nice work. Boy, you really took control of your business there. Hey, I just want to mention this. The dev team, so the dev team is working. I didn't want to share this email, but this is a UX designer that's chatting. So I guess what I'm trying to throw Central Dispatch a bone here and say they are trying to listen and help with some of the stuff still, right?
Yes, they are.
Okay. All right.
Yep. Like they did, like I said, they fixed 2 things that we've been asking for the last 3 or 4 weeks. Today I got it. I sent you the email where they said they fixed them and they are working.
Cool. Okay.
And then,
that's cool.
Of course, Alina found a couple more glitches that just started happening today, and she sent it to them, and they're already working on it. I've seen 2 texts come in, or 2 emails come in from Abby Tan alone just while we've been on the show.
She's like, stop talking about me. Vance says a lot of carriers have a short fuse. Now, this is a really interesting, this is a fascinating topic.
Yeah.
Because how many people do you know, like normal, regular day life, if you're on the phone with them when they're driving, within 5 minutes they're in some kind of road rage feeling?
Right.
I mean,
a lot.
How can you not feel road rage when you're on the road?
Right.
And that's just the beginning of the rage. I mean, you've got Copart rage, Manheim rage, broker rage, load board rage.
Yep.
Am I wrong?
No, you're absolutely correct. And don't get me wrong, we get upset with these people too, but we know we're going to have to deal with them.
And
so
this is
you
exactly.
Just still have to say, okay, thanks, bye.
That's what I find so interesting here, and I would think that's why many carriers are like, just get me a dispatcher, because there's such a high level of frustration out there.
Right.
Don't put me on the phone with anybody right now.
Right.
Right? Because I'm gonna be. I mean, I do a 90-minute show, and look how many rages I go through. I can't imagine being. And that's another reason why I don't understand why so many people go to Facebook and YouTube and want to get into trucking. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I'd probably look at bank robbing before trucking.
That's sad, but yes.
I mean, but that's just me.
Yeah.
But I certainly wouldn't want. I'm not gonna go like open up a brokerage and start buying leads and really. Why in the world? Thanks, John. Thanks so much. John Larrick's got to go. He's taking half the audience with him. But, listen, I know what I just said was terrible. Facebook's going to trash me for that. But just stop for a second and watch the garbage. If you were to scroll through Facebook, why would you ever decide to get in?
Right. Right.
You wouldn't.
Yeah.
Really? Or you just think everybody's full of it. This is where we get into the like, there's no way they're all right.
Yeah.
All right, let's do some Larry. This is a good time. Allegedly. It's an allegedly good time. Oh my god. That should be another t-shirt. It's an allegedly good time. All right, here we go. Are you a car shaming guru? These are the questions from Tuesday night. Me and Ty did a show. What we did was we had kind of a filler show, but we like to do that. We like to have live meetings. It was why is ATI in everything automotive? Because I like to ask the questions that I know somebody's thinking it. You guys go to trade shows and you got the repo bunch and you go into the port and all this stuff. I thought this was a car hauling channel. I say the same thing to the dealers and the auction reps. So you mean you buy and sell inventory, but you don't think logistics is as important to learn about?
Right.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
The whole thing, if you're in automotive, you're in transportation. All right, I know. You're hitting that button a lot, Jay. Question 1. On average, how many full-size cars fit on a Stinger? Seems pretty basic. 3, 5, 7, or 9.
If you lose me, it's because we're getting a horrible storm, just so you know.
Storms are coming.
Oh my god, it's raining so hard right now.
Wow. All right, well. Everybody knows the answer to this. Yes. Because everyone's making trucking seem so cool. And you know, D, this is the thing. And here's what I really don't understand. I see there's some guys that I've seen, like, they stopped making videos and now they're back. And they're like, you know, I don't know, believe in yourself, you're the champion, I don't know. And, like, I get it. Everyone should believe in themselves. But that has nothing to do with how hard it is. Nothing, man. Not really. You can believe in yourself all you want, but if that broker is undercutting you on that load and you're stuck in Miami, it doesn't matter how much you believe in yourself. Tell me I'm wrong. Where's my change my mind mug? Dang it. Question 2. What's the maximum height of a standard fully extended height stick? Is it 10, 13, 15, or 18 feet? What's a height stick? I just used the bridge.
Tell them to grab them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just used the bridge to measure. When I hit it was wrong.
That's my maximum height.
Well, you know, this is one of the things I tell, like, newbies. I'll say, okay, there's certain things you can have on your truck. Height stick. They're like, what's that? Yeah, so you have to go over that. Jump box. A small tank for holding gas in case you have a car that didn't have enough gas in it, which happens all the time. Those are the 3 things you need to always have with you. And I think I had one guy. What did that one guy do with their height stick? They just made something. They took a PVC pipe.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
And he carried it on the trailer, and that was his height stick. But I'm going to guess and say 15 feet, because you don't want to be... 13.4 is your limit, but I figure they're going to have 15 so you can see how screwed up you are. So.
And here's the thing, Carlos. Everybody has to do something, and if trucking is what you're good at, obviously you're going to get into trucking. Right. But I'm talking about, like, people are like, well, let's see here. I'm going to go to dental school or be a car hauler. Like, dude, go to dental school.
Yeah.
All right, so do we... Ken's got 18.
Yeah,
Ken's got 18.
15. Well, what is it?
What's your answer?
I'm going to say 15, because 13.4 is your cutoff, and you're going to want to see if you're really way too high.
Exactly,
so
right, exactly. So 10's not going to do it, because that won't tell you anything.
No.
And
13 isn't going to do it.
13's not going to do it, because exactly. You got to know, exactly. So it's either 15 or 18.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Cool. All right, cool. It is 15. Now, there are taller sticks for heavy duty. But 15 is your standard.
Right, if you're carrying,
height.
But you're going to also be getting permits for stuff over a certain height, too. Going a certain way.
So I say, because there's a heavy duty at 20, but the standard is 15.
Or get a PVC pipe and put it on your truck.
Yeah, exactly. Get the PVC pipe. All right, here we go. Question.
Probably
What is the appropriate carrier pay to ship a running 2005 Ford Excursion on an open carrier from Montana to Arizona? 1580, 1870, 2150, or 2500. This is Whitefish to Sedona.
And Whitefish has got to be up towards the...
I know, Whitefish, right? It's like, yeah.
Sedona is going to be your...
It's called Rock Throw from Canada.
Okay, it's that close then.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, and if we're doing this during the wintertime, man,
right?
It's going to be super high.
And what in the world are you going to put with it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's why no matter what the number no matter what number pops up,
you want the 25.
You're not going to be happy.
No.
But
I'm going to say it's 1580, which sucks. But it should be more like the 21 to 25.
Exactly. My pessimism just takes over.
Yeah.
I know. I go as low because I'm just assuming there's going to be somebody that's going to be like, yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it.
I'll swing on by.
And an Excursion is huge and heavy.
So, all right, let's come. It can't sue. 1580 is not a real number. Take that one out. Is it 1870?
I'll say 1870.
Right, because you still believe everyone will undercut it.
I still think it's going to be lower.
Well, survey says 2150. I was shocked too. I think I said 1870.
And the mileage on it is 1,197 miles. So, But what did you take to get up in there? I mean,
Well, exactly. I mean, yeah. Well,
what are
and
you
once you
coming out
start
with?
deadheading around to get your second pickup in like, you know, bad
I'm gonna
Badlands, South Dakota. You know, I mean, what's near it?
nothing.
There ain't nothing near it.
I'm gonna
It's.
look
I
up.
think 2150 is still a great deal for the shipper. That's what I think.
Yeah, I agree. Why?
Like the shipper probably charged 3, but you know,
Oh
or the
yeah,
broker, right? Anyways.
yeah,
All
I
right,
agree.
here we go. Question 4. When hauling new cars, which type of load securement is preferred? Chains, straps, bungees, or rope?
We go by last week's he used chains. We know that's not the right way to do it. So I'm going with my straps. And
This is,
most brokers require you to only use straps and over-the-wheel
right.
straps
That's right.
because they've learned over the
Most
years.
brokers will require you to only use straps.
Yeah, and
That is correct.
over the tire because they don't want them going through the rims. It scratches the rims. So that's
Now,
Metro requires it. United Road requires it.
yeah.
Just do it. It ain't worth your
I know.
difference.
Bungees and ropes are actually great. This one, Ty came up with this one.
Oh, well, it's a good question because you still have
Is.
people out there using chains.
No, I know. It's
That's
crazy.
crazy. Yeah.
Man, everybody loses their mind when you lose chains.
Yeah.
When you use chains.
Yeah.
Not when you lose them. Question 5. Here we go. True or false? The main reason brokers make so much money is because carriers refuse to engage in sales, marketing, and business development. Ouch.
No. False. And the only brokers that make a whole lot of money are your big, huge brokers, too. You think the little brokers making that kind of money?
Well, I tell you what. So the answer to the question should read the main reason big brokers. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if it read the main reason big brokers make so much money is because carriers refuse to engage in sales, marketing, and business development. True or
Yeah.
false?
That's probably true if
All
you
right,
want to say
there we
big
go.
brokers. Yeah.
There we go. I mean, here's the reason why I wrote this question is because it's not good. I mean, well, everybody knows this show's horrible. It's torture. It's 90 minutes of sheer excruciating pain. And so to fully feel the pain, you know, we're walking around. Why is a big broker able to make so much money? They don't have any trucks.
I think it's because the sheer number of loads that they're doing is where they're making their money.
Okay, but so good. And I'm not mad. I'm just pointing it out.
Right.
The other thing is that at the trade shows, there's a couple heavy asset carriers that have trucks that are working on sales, marketing, and business development. And
Right.
you'd think since they have trucks, they have a better message. Hey, we actually have trucks.
Yeah.
We're and this brings us back to how many big brokers act like they have trucks and don't.
Well, some of them do. I mean, United Road has their own fleets of trucks.
United Road has trucks, and that way so they're a broker carrier. They're the nation's largest broker
Right.
carrier.
Now,
But like there
Motley
are
tries to claim they do.
okay,
I
do they
don't
have
know.
trucks?
I mean, they claim they do. I don't know if that's true. I don't
Even
know
if they
it's-
do, how many could it be?
I
10?
don't know. That's how they do their U-ship thing, is how they get all those loads. But so I don't really know. I don't know how
So-
many trucks they have. I don't know if you can carry underneath them, like work like you do United Road, where you can sign up as a transporter underneath them and you haul just strictly for them. I don't know if they have that option or not. Doesn't Metro have supposedly some of their own trucks too and stuff like that?
There's another one. And so to sidestep the firing squad here.
Mhm.
The point is, if you want to grow your business, think about engaging in sales, marketing, and business development. Even if you don't, at least think about it.
Right.
Because if you are hiring a dispatcher because you got such a short fuse and you realize that your temper is costing you business, you are headed down the road of understanding more about sales, marketing, and business development. And that way you can make the videos of being the champion because you're now building a business.
Yeah.
It's just a thought. I'm speculating. If you want to speculate more, join us. Join Ty in car hauling business speculation. Give him a call. 417-483-2764. Call or text. You can send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com. It's ATI Auto Business. Yeah. You might, if you got nothing to do, check out ATI's show from Tuesday night. Hey, ho, 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 hold the presses. Ship.Cars is going to be on next Tuesday night.
Oh, cool. Okay. Does that mean Montway?
Well, you can, I guess you can ask. How much do you know about Ship.Cars technology?
Other than just going and getting the loads off there, that's about it.
All right. So do you know what LoadMate is? LoadMate
No.
Pro?
No.
Right. You're going to learn.
Okay.
Learn about LoadMate, learn about LoadMate Pro. I believe there may even be a mention of DriveAway, which is also a technology they have. Ship.Cars is coming on ATI to talk more about who they are, what they've got. This actually is going to be a really good show, so join us. Check that out. Be sure to join tomorrow's Cars on the Move for car hauling equipment. You can watch, you can join, you can do whatever you want. This is Auto Transport. But it's happening at noon Central Time. I'm Jay. This is the Car Should Be Business channel. It's 1:30. We did it. We're here.
Sweet.
I know. It's nice. It's interesting, too, how there's a phenomenon. That first 20 minutes is like a blip.
Yeah.
And then the last 20, it's a good thing it's only a 90-minute show. But here's what's interesting, too. The views have gone up pretty much up until right about now.
Well, it says
cool.
there's still 30 on there, doesn't
I
it?
know. That's pretty wild, isn't it?
Yeah, that's pretty good, actually.
Well, Ty said he thought this would happen. So it begs the question, why and who watches Dispatching Live? Why do they do it? What do you guys like about it? What don't you like about it?
Yeah.
We don't get a lot of negative feedback, so I don't know what you don't like about it. Feel free to put it in the live chat. Put it in the comments below. Just throw your dart. Let us know. And then what do you like about it? And what do you want to hear more about? Right? What do you want to hear more about? This has gotten pretty real. I didn't know exactly. We were trying to. I think we were trying to. We tried to ride the rail for quite a while, and now I think we've just the cart has gone. I don't even know what we're doing.
Are you trying to say we were trying to be good and not?
We're trying to be good. Yeah.
Underneath the bus?
We're trying to be good.
Well, I mean, I still think we're good. I don't think
Yeah.
we're not making this stuff up. This stuff happens to
No.
me daily, so you're getting real live what's going on in the real world, and it's stuff people need to know to watch out for a lot of times too when they're taking loads from a certain company, or just also the camaraderie of it all, that they're dealing with the same stuff that I'm dealing with every single day. So
Yeah.
I get
Yeah.
it. You know?
Camaraderie. Oh, here we go. Renee watches because Sue and Jay share so much information. Wow.
Awesome.
Thanks, Renee. Well, I agree with camaraderie, information. Those are both things that, those are tough commodities in this business, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, to get the real live, what is really happening, not being told to roll around in money on the floor on YouTube kind of thing. So, I mean, I'm in the ditches right with everybody else on the broker side and the transport side. I get both points of it. So, yeah, I see the real stuff.
Well, and it's not just a solid bitch fest.
No.
Yeah.
It's recommendations, things to do, things to look for, just so you don't make mistakes that we've made. It's just like, teaching your kid as they grow up. If I can teach you what I've already gone through so you don't have to go through it, all the better.
And I'll say this too. There's some like older, more traditional media that I've tried to tune into. Oh my God. And then they start to argue about like Joe Biden's laptop. I'm like, come on. Can we stick to the industry, please? I mean, you may see a meme or hear a joke or something, you know, and I think Hunter Biden's laptop's hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay. That's crazy. Okay. But we're not going to talk about that for an hour. It has nothing to, it's pure speculation. And so, as soon as we're speculating, I like to rein it back in. And the only thing I want to speculate about here is something that has to do with trucking, transport, or businesses, or rates, etc. So I mean, I appreciate. Yeah, I like that. I think we got a pretty good. If you're a company and you know, how do I say this? If you see this as a thorn in your side, leverage the show to your advantage. Stop doing stupid stuff on the load boards and you won't end up on this show. And by the way, I've actually done a few companies a favor that we're friends with, and I've seen something really stupid, and rather than just putting it up on the screen, I gave it to them. I've emailed a couple companies, dude, you don't want this. You don't want this on the screen on Dispatching Live. So be friends with us. Don't see us as your enemy. We do want to try to help, and that's why I guess that's where the cards come off the rails. I've gotten really tired of seeing Ty get kicked out of Manheim's. I've gotten really tired of hearing so much. Do you know how many people really don't like Cox Automotive? It's a lot of people.
I'm sure.
It's a lot. I don't even know if they know. And so it's like, well, God, I mean, if we're the only place where these voices can be heard, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So that's ATI. But it is a business.
Yeah. Quick question here. Yeah. Eladio, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, has a question.
Oh.
And he said, why does Montway always have their locations wrong? And I think he's talking about actual pickup, right?
Actual pickup, actual. Well, this is fun. This is actually a funny question. Yep. Why do they have them wrong? Well, do they have them wrong?
No, that's what they do.
Right.
You always got to watch for that. I because of the new layout now, they're putting them in different sections. Because I called for one, it was like abstract. I was paying $1.26 a mile. I should have known it wasn't where it's supposed to be. And they had it listed out of Memphis, Tennessee, going to San Antonio, and it was really in Russellville, Arkansas, going to like Corpus Christi. And so they do that so that you call them and maybe they could talk you into it. That's why they do it.
Now, so here we go. Here's when it gets pretty real. And this is where I think something special has happened here. Is that, so Tuesday night, Ty was talking about, he was talking to a broker from a big company, and we have made more contacts at trade shows with these big brokers. So I'm not going to say that this stuff isn't still happening, because it is, and it's not right. But finally some other third-party individual said, we know that some of those posts aren't done right. Now, I don't remember if it was a current employee or an ex-employee, but I think it was an ex-employee said, yeah, some of those posts shouldn't be there. It's not that all of them should be gone, because we all do different, that's creative marketing, is to get a customer to see something they wouldn't otherwise see. Why do you think grocery stores put all that crap right by the register so that you see it and maybe you buy it?
Right.
And that's what actual pickup, actual delivery is all about. Just putting crap closer to the register. But when it's out of control and it's 500 miles away from any actual pickup or actual delivery, that's ridiculous. And that's what has happened, is that it's gotten out of control. So if the company would just rein that back in, and by the way, I don't know if VIP load still exists, but I have always hated that system too. And this is where, so if we on ATI have our own stupid actual pickup, actual delivery problems, please tell us. Let us know. Because, shoot, man. What do they talk about? Cleaning your own kitchen, or make sure your own yard's picked up. What is that statement? Don't throw glass houses? I'll never get it right.
Yeah, it's something about glass houses. I don't think it's don't throw them, but it's something.
Right?
Don't live in a glass. Something about if you live in a glass house, something.
But
Don't throw stones. There you go.
make your own bed before you make somebody else's. I don't know what it is.
I don't think that's it either.
That's not it. All right. Well, at least we ended on a high note. We're getting close. We're ATI Auto Business. What do we say, office?
What do we say, office? Goodbye, Sue.
Goodbye, Sue. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you so much for another great day. We'll see you again soon. Please join us tomorrow on Cars on the Move and next Tuesday night on Ship.Cars. Take care, everybody. Peace out. Thanks.
All right, see ya.
Bye.